Hi, and welcome to The Buzz. My name is Darius Black, and we have a lot of exciting news to share with the community today. To kick things off, let's check out the interview I did with the 2017-2018 Teacher of the Year, Miss Karen Gillie.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days, all the love you won't forget.
Hi, my name is Darius Black. And this week I got the chance to interview our graphic design teacher, Miss Gillie. She gave some really awesome answers and I'm really excited for this interview. Let's see what she has to say.
My interest in graphic design began when I was in high school, so I'm actually a student of this program and came here my junior year in high school and originally attempted to come for accounting. I really thought I was a numbers person, and while I was here I got a chance to experience graphic design and fell in love with it at that time. And then at that point I moved on to work for a business my senior year in high school here in town, doing their graphic design work. And meanwhile my teacher said, "Do you want to teach night school?" So then I was teaching night school at 19 years old and loving it. So it was graphic design and teaching, so two of my passions rolled into one, and it was amazing. So being Teacher of the Year was actually quite a surprise. It's been amazing to connect with students who've had me in the past. So that's probably been the biggest bonus for me, is to see how I've impacted lives. And it's been a little bit emotional to see how they've changed, and they say they've learned from me. So the process was a little long. So I was nominated by the administration here, and then I had to fill out some information on some of my beliefs. So I ended up writing like a 5-page information on my beliefs, and then at that point they narrowed it down to the top 5, and you had to go in for an interview, which was about a half an hour long, asking you questions about your process and how you work with students. And then they surprise you in your class one day just out of the blue, and so you're trying to teach, and then you have all of these people entering, and it's pretty phenomenal. And I feel blessed because there's so many awesome teachers in Fort Wayne community, and I know I'm just one of the very many that work very hard. So Skills USA is a student organization, and it's meant for vocational students, so students here at our Career Academy. And you get to compete in lots of different areas, from graphic design to culinary to automotive to construction. So no matter what class you're in, you get a chance to show off your skills, and it begins at a local level, so it begins in a classroom. If you do well there, then you advance to the regional. You're competing with schools in this region, and then those top 5 then go to state. At state, you're competing with the best in Indiana, and then the top from Indiana gets to go to Louisville, Kentucky to compete at the nation, with the nation, with the best. It's just pretty phenomenal. So those students get a pretty amazing experience if you start at the beginning, go all the way through the whole process. Some of my favorite things is I get to see students' growth and leadership in that, and getting to see them utilize their skills and show off what they've learned. The students that I have, we compete in several different competitions, so pin design, t-shirt design, advertising design, and promotional bulletin board. So I'm pretty excited for this year's crew. I can already see some pretty top students, and we've been blessed. I think for about 7 years we've been first at state in the pin design, quite a few years in t-shirt and promotional boards. So, and last year we ended up in pin design 9th in the nation, or sorry, pin design 10th in the nation, t-shirt design 9th in the nation.
Fort Wayne has been the location for the Johnny Appleseed Festival since 1974. Initially, the message was to educate people on the life of Johnny Appleseed. Over the years, it's grown into one of the biggest festivals in the area. Visitors and vendors travel from different cities and states to enjoy the family-friendly fun. I had the opportunity to attend the festival. It was perfect weather. Vendors were selling items such as caramel popcorn, apple cider, and chicken dumplings. Some vendors were selling pioneer era items such as clothing, jewelry, and pottery. Another highlight was the festival had live performances of music, dancing. I watched a group of pioneer dancers. The girls had big smiles on their faces even though it was 95 degrees out. I enjoyed how devoted they were to the performance. Be sure to mark your calendars for next year's 45th Johnny Appleseed Festival, September 21st and 22nd.
In local high school sports, Northrop football has only won 2 games each of the last 5 years, but this season they have already won 2 games, which ties their recent win total. The Northrop Bruins beat the Carroll Chargers 41-21. This was Northrop's first victory over Carroll since 1972. In national sports, WNBA star Breanna Stewart helped the Seattle Storm win their 3rd title. She averaged 21.8 points, 8.4 rebounds in the season, and 24.6 points and 6.9 rebounds in the playoffs. After winning the regular season MVP, Breanna Stewart became the 6th player in league history to earn WNBA Finals MVP and regular season MVP. In the NBA, Russell Westbrook had arthroscopic knee surgery on his right knee. This procedure will force him to miss the preseason and the first few games of the NBA regular season, which is starting soon. The NFL season is still young, but things are already heating up. From Aaron Rodgers leading the Packers to a late game winning drive against the Bears after he was carted off the field with an apparent knee injury, to the Browns tying with the Steelers. This is a moral victory for the Browns because they didn't lose, they tied, so it makes them finally feel like they won something. Also, Khalil Mack got traded to the Bears because John Gruden didn't feel like paying him the money he was owed.
The Buzz spoke with Career Academy instructor Mr. McKinstry about the hopes and dreams he has for his classes in the student organization Skills USA.
What goals do I hope to accomplish this year? Let's see. I really hope that I create some passion for IT in my students. We do take certification tests and we do a lot of work towards getting them jobs and things like that. But really, if I can create a passion and interest in this, it's something that I think will have a lifelong effect for them. The hopes I have for Skills USA, we have a couple of different groups that are going. My computer programming class, we're actually creating a video game from scratch. We're going to start on next Tuesday night after school. It should be a really cool project. They're super excited. I got 11 kids that have said, yes, we want to go. But nobody actually does this competition in Indiana, so I think we have a real good chance of moving on and being very successful in that one. The other ones that we do, the computer repair one is it really is a crapshoot on who's hit what hard and what they're really focused on for the test. Some years it's VM, some years it's Windows, some years it's just printers. This class prepares students for the workforce by getting them certified. That's one of the neat things about this is our certification actually certifies that they have as much experience and knowledge as someone in the career for a year. So they take that A+ certification to a company and they can prove what they know right away. So folks will hire them based on, hey, we know I've got a couple of young men that just got their first job and they just left my class last year. Second-year students that are making $40,000, $50,000 a year right out of this class because they got those certification tests.
Personally, when I was growing up, I was interested in computers, and at my home school, we don't have a lot of computer science classes. We have like maybe 1 or 2 that don't really deal with a lot of the in-depth computer development. So I took the computer repair class here to try to get into it, and then I went into the programming class because it seemed like the most interesting thing.
So I've always been interested in computers. It's always been a dream of mine to go into, learn about what computers are, how they work, why they work, what correlates the hardware and the software. So I went into IT repair. I plan to go into second year of Anthis so I can go into computer programming, so I can go into my career path into program and probably go to Indiana Tech.
So I came here because it gave me a head start on a possible career path and maybe a major to see if I like it, and just to basically give me a head start on it.
Our class of the month is Cosmetology. We got the opportunity to see what they were up to. They have a sort of buddy system going on. The students are broken into groups, and throughout the year, everyone is responsible for group members. They have a lot of group-based projects where they teach each other peer-to-peer. The responsibilities of the group is to help, encourage, and teach each other. We got the opportunity to see this theory in action. The group did a sort of Carousel Station where they showed the class different hairstyles, like a 40-degree graduated cut, a 90-degree layer cut, and a 0-degree blunt cut. Take a look.
As some of you may or may not know, on August 29th, the Swinford family in New Tech High School suffered a tragic loss with the death of Reagan Swinford. I lost not only a classmate, but a very close friend of mine. To honor her memory and the impact her life made on so many people, this video is a tribute to Reagan. I never thought in my life I would feel the feeling of losing a close friend. Reagan wasn't just any person. She was helpful, inspirational, encouraging, and friendly. The one thing we all can forget about her is the beautiful smile she kept upon her face. Reagan will never be forgotten. She will always be truly remembered by her New Tech family.
Reagan's personality was like no other person's that I've ever met before. It was not only just so kind-hearted and selfless, but it was exciting, it was funny, it was somebody that you could literally tell anything to, and nothing bad would happen to you. She was always there to, she's always there to encourage you, and she was always there to let you know, hey, maybe you messed up then, but you still have a lot of time to fix it, or how can I help you fix it? Her personality was just a mixture of everything good in the world and nothing bad, honestly. Reagan, as a friend, she was truly inspirational. She was one of the closest friends I've ever had, and she always gave me good advice. She was my listening ear, and we would just talk to each other every night on FaceTime about certain things happening in school, or really just anything. She was more than my friend. She was like a sister, and she was my mentor. Okay. Outside of school, Reagan was just as encouraging and kind and friendly and fun. We had lots of nights of talking about random things that included both school and not school. And we had nights of sleepovers and playing weird games of life and other board games and making strange videos that would always be fun. She was always fun. That was the one thing that never was missing from her.
On the tennis team, Reagan was just an awesome person. Like, she was a leader to the underclassmen and the upperclassmen as well. Like our freshman year, she worked hard at conditioning. She was always one of the ones that never stopped, even though she was hurting. I remember we used to play doubles like freshman and sophomore year like a couple times, and like at the net she was killer. Like her volleys were so powerful, and it always just like pushed me even harder to win because she pushed as much as she could, and I wanted to do the same because she could.
We're about to wrap this broadcast up, but before we go, here's a question for you.
Why do bees get married?
Because they find their honeys.
Thank you for watching The Buzz. This episode of The Buzz. Make sure you tune in next time.